Imani means believing in yourself. They have so much to look forward to because we know they can have a different way of looking at their dreams and goals. Getting them at that stage makes it easier for us to focus and train them in the skills that we're trying to achieve. My name is Kezia Murugi, the founder and director Imani Women Empowerment Program, which is a skills training program in tailoring for teen mothers and young vulnerable women. Usually when you run such a program, you have a support system. And for us, we've had a lot of people come in to work with us in this journey. There's the employees that we work with, the team that I have in Kenya. We also have support from friends, whether locally or abroad, or even institutions that come to stand with us. And we really appreciate the work that comes in to just contribute to the livelihood of these young teen moms. The support, for example, of sponsoring one of the girls would be 6,000 shillings. That helps us to be able to put the girl in a boarding facility where we are, which provides for their basic needs. We are able to supply them with toiletry, that is their lotions, their soap, their sanitary pads, some things that we get to provide as well as they stay with us. Some people decide to support with giving the classroom items like books, pens, pencils, materials. So yeah, we've gotten donations of materials for the girls to train with. Some people buy sewing machines, which is about, currently it's going for about 20,000 per sewing machine. And so that helps us run the program smoothly. Among the many things, we also have the sustainability of the program, where now we chose to make the products to even show these girls how it is done. On-the-job training happens at this time, where once the girls are trained through the program in sewing or in tailoring skills, we also introduce them to the job aspect. What are the products that we make? We make a variety of products depending on the needs of our society. We cater for everybody, from the old to the young. And we cater for also other needs. We cater for needs like if you're a professional, we make things like laptop bags, we make backpacks, we make handbags for the women, for our ladies out here. And we also make a briefcase for the working men. And that just keeps us going. When you're able to sell these products in exhibitions, in platforms that we're invited in, we make sure we bring our products with us, which is what helps us sustain what we have and what we are doing right now. Just to take you through some of the things that some of our team work through, we have one of the tailors that work on the bags. Usually we would sit with him and decide what is the need we are trying to address. Are we addressing the issue of a woman who wants to be in corporate and they want to carry a handbag? We make from leather handbags that is affordable to a working woman. We also make tote bags for everyday woman who wants to carry things like they can have their lunchbox there, they can have their laptop inside the bag, they can put their sweater when, with our change in weather. So we cater for so many needs around us that as the need arises is when now we sit as a team and we think, which other product can we make? Product making has a lot of steps. And one particular one is our choice of materials. Why do we use the materials that we use? We go for our leather, let's say in Athi River. That's where it's a tannery where we go and select what kind of leather would work well with the clientele that we're focused on or the need that we're trying to address. If it's the women and their handbags, we go for colorful leather. We go for the environmentalist. We also check about the vegetable tanned leather, and we use that for some of our products. So for affordability, we also look at it. We don't want to go to a market where people would feel they are not able to support us because a product is expensive. So we also look at that, and we have alternative materials for the same products. We have Ankara, our African fabric. We have the lesso, we have canvas. Sometimes we do a merge of the two. We can decide to use, for one product, we can decide to use canvas and Ankara. Sometimes we just go full Ankara. That's our African fabric. One of the things we also teach our girls to do in the program is once you have 5 yards of material, you're trying to make a product. That one material can be used for several products, and that depends on what you have in mind. So from a big fabric, we can decide to cut pants, like what I'm wearing, and with that, you are left with leftovers. Is it enough to make a small product like this? This is a wash bag. So one of the lessons that we also teach our girls is how to maximize the use of the fabric. So sometimes we go to the market and get the African fabric, and it's sometimes 5 or 6 yards. And with that, you want to make clothing and you want to make bags. And so the best way to cut out a material, we look at it and for example, we would take a material and cut out pants like what I'm wearing. Once you cut out this piece, it takes a big chunk of what you have as a fabric. Then what do you do next? The cutouts that remain. Is it enough for you to cut out a small item? Is it enough for you to cut out a small bag like this? And how many would you get from such a fabric, such cutouts? So this is a wash bag. It has waterproofing on the inside, but then on the outside, our beautiful fabrics get to make this the outer part of the fabric. So we make this, and through one fabric, you can get the cost of what it will cost you to make these pants, then what you get from this. And we go ahead and make even smaller items like keychains, headbands, and sometimes, the cutouts can make things like jewelry. And so those are ways that we try to tell the young girls to make sure they maximize on how they use up the material. When we're using a material as delicate as the leather is very expensive. And so when we make this product, we make sure to also tell them, you cannot afford to make mistakes during stitching. And, with the leather, once you stitch and the stitch goes in place, you cannot correct it. And so it is very easy for us now to give it the much attention that we need when we are making something like a leather product. So those are the kind of classes when we are on the job training that we train our teen moms. The other thing is we show them how to draw a pattern. So once we spread out the material on our working table, you put the pattern on top of the fabric, you're able to know as a tailor how many of that item can come out of the same fabric. For example, if I have the 6 yard of material and I'm trying to make these amazing Ankara shorts, the girls are trained how to put the pattern on the material, and with that they're able to tell how many of these Ankara shorts can come out of one fabric of the African material. So that's how we are able to do our production and our costing. And that class also happens around the month, the 5th month and the 6th month. So we do the practicals in the costing, but we also do the practicals. They're able to come up with ideas on what the cuts from the fabric can come and make, so that you maximize on what you have. I have an amazing team that really does quality work, and I'm not just saying it to support their work, but I have seen the amazing thing and the appreciation that we get from our clientele, and that comes from them understanding what we are about. As Imani Program, we focus on making sure you're just not training tailors and for them to live there just knowing how to sew. We're training them on how to get a better deal from what you go, from material to the quality of product and to the people that it's going, the final end user. And for us, that is our main focus. If we're going to do a t-shirt like what I'm wearing, what are we trying to achieve? How many people would want to wear what I'm wearing? So it's not for everybody. There's a clientele that prefers white t-shirts. There are others who prefer to wear dark colors. And we have colorful people who like flowery things. So that also determines how we get the materials and what exactly are we going to put. So having our team together, especially the workmanship in the production team, and now the girls coming in place, we get to have a girl deciding what need are you going to be addressing out there? Are you going to address people who like dark colors, but they also want to look fashionable? So we would get one of the students who say they want to try trendy things and the trendy fashion, and then we have them design it and work together with, let's say, the tailor who works on the clothing. And they sit together and they come up with a design. So one of the designs that I'm wearing is because people who like to wear casual wanted also to feel fashionable. Wearing plain t-shirts with no colors in it can be fun for some people, but some people want to feel they are included. So some people don't like to wear the entire African outfit, but some of them would like to wear a t-shirt that has an identity that shows, I bought this from Kenya, I was in Africa, I like wearing Africa, I would like to promote our products, but just not all over their outfit. And so this is what we have. We have a t-shirt where we just have that part that has a fabric, and these are usually the cutouts from what we remain with from cutting out the trousers. So you would think we have these in white and we would have something in black or another color, depending on how we are trying to match the outfits that we have. So the girls that are in fashion would always be assigned to the tailor that does the clothing. With them, they would start working from the color coding, the fabrics that are available, what would they want, are they making it for a lady, for a young woman, or for an older lady? Are they making it for a working class lady? All that comes in question when we're doing our design work. Once they settle on that, then we get into the crafting of what we need to pair it with. Can the fabric that you've chosen work with the material that you have? If we are talking about what I'm wearing, is the white t-shirt going to be, aligned with a colorful fabric, or does that person just like something that is not very bright? So that also comes to mind, and that is how we come up with certain products. Some of the products that we have, we also have people who prefer not carrying handbags. We are at a generation where people want to feel easy even as they go on their daily routine. And we have this shoulder bag. We call it the shoulder bag or the crossbody. where we have a very quality handle with a cotton webbing. Then we have different zippers. It's a product that we make using leather and African fabric. It has a zipper at the front and another one at the back. And then we have the main interior, which we also have a zipper for it. And this is how it looks like on the inside. It has a lining on the inside. And so someone can find it easy for them to just walk around town with it as you go on during the day. So this is one of the easy bags that we have. We also have a tote bag for a lady who likes to go around shopping without carrying multiple bags. This is one of our tote bags. It has a zipper on the side in case you want to put your phone or coins in it. It also has a waterproofing on the inside, just in case you carry your water bottle or a bottle of juice inside. And this is how it looks like on the inside. That's the interior. The quality of the work, you're able to see that. And it has very strong webbed up handles that helps us, helps our daily today movement, whether in town, whether at a function, whether you're traveling for the weekend, it can fit all that. We also have a paddle bag. You can use the pocket, the small pocket, to put your phone and car keys as you prepare to go to the court for your sport. It fits, and then you're able to zip and carry it alongside with you. We have yoga bags. We have a computer bag. This is a laptop sleeve. It's made of leather. We also have, it's padded on the inside just to make sure that your laptop is always safe, whether it falls down or it's, someone puts something heavy on top of it, your laptop is always safe. Then we have others that we've made with canvas and also with fabric. So we have multiple items. We have the clothing, we have the shorts, for your weekend, for your summertime, you can, and we have all sizes. We have for kids, we have for every size of a woman. So we have a walking foot machine just for the bags. The leather and the canvas are heavy material, and so they need an industrious machine to use that for. We have a cylinder bed. We have a post bed. Those ones help when we are doing bags that have different shapes. And so it's easier for us to go around a bag when we are producing a bag. And so we have also, specific threads for specific bags. When we're doing canvas and we're doing leather, we have specific thread out of, away from the usual thread that you find in the market. And they're costly as well. So you have to know, how do you put these kind of costs in your products? And that's where I come in mostly. If we are going to buy these products, I have to figure out how much is going into this product. I have to work with the tailors to know how much have we used in terms of, we bought several threads. One machine might use 2 or 3 threads at the same time. So how do we input that cost? How do we absorb that cost into that product? And how many products come out of certain things like threads? We also need to factor in how long it takes for them to design. So we have a helper who is a graduate from our team. And, the tailor is able to assign the cutting part and all that to reduce the time spent on, cutting the products. These skilled trainers are paid from 500, from 50,000 to 600 to 60,000. Sorry. So you want them to make a product. At the same time, you need to remember that the costs of even paying them for their labor needs to be absorbed in that product. So we've had that kind of conversations with them, and we do a work schedule. So when you come to a production point, we have a work schedule where each tailor knows what they're supposed to be doing for that week. So that work plan is done at the beginning of every month. Yeah, so we are able to know if we are doing gym bags, how many gym bags can we produce for us to feel that the tailor has been able to earn the right wage and producing the right number of products, as well as making sure that the quality is not compromised. So sometimes it tells us, I need 2 students to come work with me, and this is what they'll be doing. Maybe cutting, sometimes it is gluing the parts. Sometimes it is the stitching of the interiors. So depending on what work at what time we're going to be working on, we work together as a team like that. So sometimes you'll come into the program and wonder, why are we not having a class? So usually from the 5th month and the 6th month, we are mainly together during the program. We would be working on product making. How do we cost these products? What kind of machines? They also get to understand what kind of machines are better used for what. For the clothing, mainly the main things are getting the right measurements. We have different people with different sizes, and you have to take this product to the market. So how do you determine how you make a product, and for what group, what size of people are we focusing on? So we always put this open at the exhibitions. So if someone is a plus size and they need a specific outfit, we take their measurements whenever we go to these places. We take their measurements and we're able to produce something for them that they will be able to also wear and feel like Imani has catered for them. But mostly we would go with the standard sizing. If it's a medium, it's a standard medium. If it's a small, it's a standard small. That way we are able to have the same sizing in the t-shirts, that if someone ordered online and had the product with them, they would find that it was the right size that they ordered. We do allow exchanges, although within a specified time that we usually share that with our clients. And so that has helped us run the business side of the ministry and able to sustain what we have and the workers that we have also at the program. So how are you able to get these products? So our products are, most of the time we post them on our pages. We have a website that is called Imani Program Shop. We also have an Insta and Facebook pages called Imani Program Shop. And we also have a TikTok page where we have these products that are available during any time that we're producing. So you could order towards that, and we also provide a number that you can text us using WhatsApp, or you can even text us or call us for any orders. But most of what we would have at any particular time, we would post them on our website. We also attend exhibitions. Sometimes you would be able to find us in several exhibitions that are running in town. So you would come and buy from us directly, and you would be able to hear from us and ask any questions that you want to ask. And also they are available at our own institution. So this is where everyone is. In our location, you can be able to come and buy anything that we have in stock. So that's how you'll be able to get hold of our products. During product making, some of the things we get to identify is how much of the product or the cost that goes into a product cost us. For example, we are able to cost a product from material, the labor, any overheads that we go through. All our profits go back into our sustainability program. This is where now we are able to pay our bills and we are able to provide the basic needs that our girls need, inclusive of, the materials that they're using, or, anything like taking care of their, medical bills, and sometimes things that come up like any home would have. So your support in buying our products, ensures that our program runs smoothly without any funding issues. And that is why we are working so hard to share more about what we do. Thank you so much for having to listen to me, for talking about our products, talking about our program. Imani Program is just the best place for you to come and visit, and because it's fun when you're making product and you're seeing people making products. I want to thank you for your time, for even, for those who have bought, for those who are willing to buy or are planning to buy some of our products. Please buy them. Also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and even on our website, so that you get to see what is new, what's happening with us, who are the new students in our cohort, how are the students faring. We get to post all these stories in our pages. Thank you so much and have a good one.